The ultimate time warp battle, lion versus T-Rex. Imagine this. The most feared predator of the modern age, the lion, king of the jungle. Now place it nose to snout with the most legendary killer of the prehistoric world, the Tyrannosaurus rex. One rules the savanna with strategy, speed, and sharp teamwork. The other, a two-legged death machine with jaws like bone-crushing bulldozers and a roar that shook the Jurassic skies. But here's the wild twist. What if time travel was real? What if somehow, through a rift in nature, these two apex predators separated by 65 million years ended up in the same battlefield? No humans, no guns, no interference, just pure instinct. Could the lion's intelligence and agility find a weakness in the towering T-Rex? Or would the king of dinosaurs squash the king of cats in a single bite? Get ready for an epic crossover of nature's finest muscle, mind, and Mesozoic mayhem. Because this isn't just a fight, it's a battle across time. Body versus beast, size, strength, and natural weapons. Before we let these two predators duke it out, let's size them up, and folks, this won't be a fair fight on paper. Size and weight, it's not even close. Let's start with the obvious. Tyrannosaurus rex. Height? Over 20 feet tall. Length? Nearly 40 feet from nose to tail. Weight? An earth-shaking 9 tons. That's like stacking 2 giraffes on top of a school bus and wrapping it in muscle, teeth, and attitude. African lion, Panthera leo. Height at the shoulder, about 4 feet. Length without tail, up to 8 feet. Weight? Around 420 pounds for a large male. Which means the T-Rex weighs roughly the same as 40 lions combined. Let that sink in. Bite force, the jaws of death. T-Rex. Estimated bite force, up to 12,800 pounds per square inch psi. Enough to crush bone like popcorn. Its teeth. Serrated banana-sized daggers, perfect for slicing through triceratops' necks. Claws, legs, and speed. Lion, armed with 1.5-inch retractable claws, sharp as razors. Can sprint at 50 miles per hour for short bursts. Agile, fast, and explosive. T-Rex. No claws on the arms, those tiny arms are basically just memes, but the legs. Built like tree trunks, and possibly capable of charging up to 17 to 25 miles per hour. And don't forget the tail, a counterbalance that could also whip with force. Sure, the lion wins in agility and precision, but the T-Rex brings shock and awe on a scale no mammal can match. Defense, who can take a hit? T-Rex. Skin as thick as a truck tire, muscle-packed and massive. Bones evolved to handle the stress of stomping and smashing. Lion, powerful for its size, with a mane that protects the neck. But compared to a dino, that's like bringing a leather jacket to a tank fight. Verdict, the lion is fast, smart, and deadly in the modern world. But the T-Rex was designed to hunt giants, not cats. It's like pitting a champion MMA fighter against a freight train. So, does the lion stand a chance at all? Don't count it out just yet. Because in part 3, strategy, instinct, and survival tactics, we'll see if brains, speed, and timing can beat raw prehistoric power. Strategy, instinct, and the art of survival. Sure, T-Rex has the size, the bite, and the prehistoric swagger, but don't count the lion out just yet. Because when it comes to strategy, instinct, and survival smarts, lions are no rookies. They've been perfecting their killer game over millions of years too, and unlike the T-Rex, they're still around. So how do they compare in the mental game? The lion, tactical genius of the savannah. Lions may be brutes in battle, but they're also surprisingly clever. They hunt in coordinated groups, using flanking, distraction, and ambush. Even solo males know how to read terrain, stalk silently, and strike when the odds are perfect. They conserve energy, watch from the shadows, and go for the throat literally. And here's the kicker, lions don't just fight to kill. They fight to survive, to protect, to defend their pride. Every move has purpose. Could a lion use speed, agility, and brain power to target a weak point on the T-Rex? Maybe the eyes, the legs, or behind those giant jaws. The T-Rex, instinctual wrecking ball. Now let's talk about the dino in the room. Tyrannosaurus rex wasn't exactly a thinker, it was a hunter by instinct. Its brain was the size of a watermelon, but that doesn't mean it was dumb. T-Rex had excellent eyesight, possibly better than an eagle's. It could smell prey from miles away. And once it locked on, Its singular mission was destroy. No sneaking, no strategizing, just a massive burst of raw power, like a living missile with teeth. But here's the catch. When you're that big, you're also slow to pivot. A small, nimble target like a lion could be hard to track up close, especially if it circles quickly or strikes from below. The battlefield matters. Put them in tight jungle terrain or rocky ground, and the lion might use cover to confuse and exhaust the T-Rex. But in open plains or deserts, the T-Rex rules. And don't forget, one wrong move from the lion, one slip, one bad angle, and it's over in one bite. Real talk, this isn't just a fight between muscle and muscle. It's a fight between mind and monster, agility versus ancient force, precision versus power. So, can the lion pull off a miracle battle unleashed the moment they collide? Picture this: a golden savanna at dusk, heat rising off the cracked earth. Birds scatter from the trees, something massive is coming. Thump, 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 the ground shakes. Dust kicks into the air like smoke. Out of the haze emerges the Tyrannosaurus Rex, 40 feet of prehistoric fury. Eyes locked forward, jaws twitching, each step like thunder. And standing between him and dominance, a lone African lion, tail twitching, eyes sharp, heart pounding. He doesn't run, he calculates. First strike, the roar of ages. The T-Rex lets out a deafening roar, enough to rattle bones. But the lion doesn't flinch. He's faced buffalo herds, rival males, elephants, even humans with fire. Fear isn't part of his programming. Instead, the lion charges sideways, staying low in the tall grass. T-Rex's head turns, but he's not built for tight turns. The lion vanishes behind a boulder, using the terrain. This is his chance. Counterattack, the dance of the cat. Like a ghost, the lion appears at the T-Rex's flank. With explosive speed, he leaps, claws outstretched, aiming for the eye. Swipe, scratch, blood. T-Rex roars in fury, swinging his head wildly. But the lion is already gone, rolling out of reach. He's not trying to kill. He's trying to bleed it, weaken it, break its focus. Clash of titans. Now the T-Rex is mad. It stomps, wings its tail like a wrecking ball. The lion is fast but not untouchable. A glancing blow sends him tumbling. He rises, limping, panting, but he's still in the fight. The Jungle King is bruised, not broken. The final moment, as the T-Rex lowers its massive head for a final bite, the lion makes one last move. He charges under the neck, aiming for the soft underside, claws digging in. But he's out of time. The jaws snap shut, not on him, but close enough to stun. He retreats into the tall grass, battered but alive. The T-Rex roars again, victorious in size but not unscathed. Result: no clear winner. In reality, a full-grown T-Rex would likely kill a lion with a single hit. But in this fantasy scenario, the lion's agility, intelligence, and bravery give him a fighting chance. He doesn't win, but he doesn't go down easy. And maybe that's what makes a true king. The crown of nature. Who's the real king? So, after this epic face-off, we have to ask, who truly deserves the crown? Is it the thunder-footed terror of the prehistoric world? Or the cunning cat that still rules our planet today? The case for T-Rex, let's be real. If this battle was judged purely on size, power, and jaw-dropping fear factor, T-Rex walks away with the crown, literally crushing the competition. He had the tools to destroy anything in his path. Massive body, bone-crushing teeth, terrifying presence, in a head-to-head clash. It would take a miracle for any modern predator to win. But the case for the lion. What the lion lacks in weight, it makes up for in brains, agility, and survival. Unlike T-Rex, the lion didn't vanish. It evolved, adapted, ruled across continents, and still holds its throne atop the food chain. Lions don't just survive, they lead. They live in complex societies, raise families, protect their pride. They are kings not just by fear, but by legacy, and that matters. The bigger picture: this wasn't just a fight between two animals. It was a clash between two eras, two types of domination. One ruled by sheer prehistoric power, the other by modern strategy and resilience. The T-Rex may have been the deadliest of its time, but the lion is the last king still standing. Final verdict: in a fantasy brawl, T-Rex likely wins with one devastating blow. But in the real world, the lion wins the title of Survivor King, the creature that continues to inspire, adapt, and reign in the present day. What do you think? If this battle happened, would the lion outsmart the dino? Or would the T-Rex roar its way to the crown? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more wild matchups. Because in the jungle of imagination every beast gets its day. Legacy and legend, why we love these wild showdowns. So why do we even imagine this? A lion and a T-Rex would never cross paths in real life. They're separated by 65 million years and two completely different worlds. One prowled golden grasslands. The other thundered across Jurassic forests, but still. Something about this battle fires up the imagination. It's about more than teeth and claws. Sure, we love the roar, the power, the bite force showdowns. But deeper down, we're drawn to the symbols these animals represent. The lion, majestic, noble, cunning, a living symbol of leadership and courage. The T-Rex, raw power, ancient terror, the untouchable beast of Earth's distant past. One is still here, holding its ground. The other is extinct, but immortal in our stories, toys, movies, and dreams. This isn't just predator versus predator, it's a battle between legacy and legend. Pop culture royalty, let's be honest. We've seen both on the big screen, the lion in The Lion King, leading a kingdom with heart and might. The T-Rex in Jurassic Park, bursting through fences and flipping cars with a single step. Both are cinematic icons, deeply rooted in the way we see nature and power. And when we imagine them in the same ring, we're not just watching animals fight, we're watching two worlds collide. The real kings, in the end, it's not about who wins in a fight. It's about how they make us feel, wonder, and respect the natural world. The lion shows us what it means to lead with courage. The T-Rex reminds us that nature once forged monsters beyond belief. And maybe, just maybe, the true king is the one that makes us dream bigger. So here's a question for you. If you could bring one of them back to life or stand beside one on the battlefield, who would you choose? The lion or the T-Rex? Tell us in the comments, and get ready, because the next wild battle is just around the corner. Stay wild, stay curious, and keep roaring.